Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. We're at week 19. And it feels like I was just doing this 4 days ago. It's probably because I missed last week's upload by many, many days, and I did a short 2 or 3 minute one to fill in the gaps so that by the end of the year I still have 52 of these. This week does not have a big theme to it, and I get this feeling that the next couple might not as well. This might become just a bunch of me talking about things I like and how I feel, and I'm spoiling a bit of what's coming up. But basically, my goal today is to ramble for 10 minutes so that I can make it to the end of the gameplay and hope that it all goes well. So, last week and a half ish. I really don't remember what I did 2 weeks ago during the week. I just remember that on the weekend, I mentioned it briefly, I went to hang out with some friends. We were supposed to do a going away party for someone who just is graduating. I think the ceremony is this next weekend, something like that. 17th or 18th. I should be 16th or 17th. But anyways, I believe we were supposed to do a going away party for them, but they got sick. So then we didn't do that, but I still ended up going down, and we had a housewarming party for a completely different friend in a different friend group. And then we hung out, had a sleepover, and did board games and lunch. It was fun. It was a good time. It made it worth the gas money and the travel time and everything that I did. It was a really good group of four friends. To be honest, when I think about like how close I am with my different friend groups, uh, my high school one is definitely the most. But they're like close for second probably. I guess I only have like four friend groups, so second and a fourth isn't the greatest. But it's a really good group. I had a good time. Anyways, that was last week. Let's think this week. Well, it's a lot of nothing still. I guess I've started collecting. I talk about this now. This is what I'm supposed to talk about after. Well, I started collecting some Pokemon cards. The full art or like EX ones that are not just the normal. They've got like extended artwork. Anything that's like $5 and under. If I go to a store and they have some of those, I just buy them. I think I own like 19 right now. I started doing this because actually I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna come back to this in a minute. So, talking about this last week. Part of that has spurred on this idea that this next month or so of mine is going to be very chill in the way that I treat my money. And that I've spent last week, I think it was Sunday, I impulse bought a Nintendo Switch 2 so I could play some Pokemon games on it. And there was a new set release for Lorcana, so I had to spend, I didn't have to, but I chose to spend a decent bit of money getting some of the new cards and doing pre-release events, and ended up getting me some of the cards. And so I've spent a lot of money, and while I know I can afford it, I'm in a position right now where I'm like, I kind of want to stop. I don't want to continue to just consume and buy stuff. But really, I spent this last like month and a half or so slowly going through my apartment and cleaning and throwing away stuff and planning to donate to lower the amount of stuff I own, because I don't just want to own a bunch of things that sit around and don't get used and don't do anything. So, goal for this next month is to spend less money. I did a couple job interviews. I didn't really want to, but I did. I got reached out to by recruiters, and I said, hey, it's a good idea to keep your, kind of like your resume and your skills and everything up to date and see what's out there. I have zero intention to leave my current company. It's very small, and I love that. It's a great group of people, and the work is, it's flexible enough for me and everything. But I figure, it's fine to still go out and see what there is. And I ended up just like spending an hour and a half talking to people, knowing it was a job I didn't really want for many different reasons. It was too big of a company. They didn't have as good of a work from home policy. Seemed like it was going to be a more stressful environment. And then also, this isn't their fault specifically, but I ended up having to pay like $30 for parking when it was supposed to be $3. And I was not very happy about that. But there was literally no one I could talk to. It was just a ticket box. And that really sealed the deal of me being like, this was just I'll take what I can from it, the experience I got, but I'm kind of done. If they offer me another interview, if this recruiter says another company's got something, I'm gonna say, hey, I've had a couple, I think this is just kind of solidified that I'm good where I'm at right now. Yeah, and then there's been some talk recently about taking a mini vacation in September. I don't know why I'm bringing that up, because I'll probably bring it up more as it solidifies, but I wrote it down, so good planning of me from 7 minutes ago. Anyways, this is the week of enjoyment, because I'm just going to talk about things that I've been doing lately, or things that I enjoy, or whatnot. So let's go back to Pokemon. Yes, I was buying some cards. Because the Lorcana set was releasing these last couple weeks, I've just been buying Pokemon packs because I didn't want to buy the cards. Whenever I go to a local league event for weekly play, you have to have a minimum of spend $10, or it's $10 to play. But if you spend $10 in store, you can play for free. So instead of it costing $20, I can just put $10 worth of packs out, and then it covers my how much I need to pay to play. So I was buying worked out to be 2 packs every week. I switched to Pokemon ones just because I like the franchise and I want something fresh to pull. And I pulled a couple cool full arts, and I started to realize that while the top end, the really rare, really expensive cards are much more expensive than the ones in Lorcana. I mean, I'm holding a stack of 19 really pretty full art cards right now. I hope that me messing around with them isn't coming through in the audio. But all of them were like $5 or less. Whereas the pretty Lorcana cards, and a lot of them, some of the mid-level pretty ones don't even have alternate artwork, go for minimum like $50. And it's, why spend so much on cards that frankly I think aren't even as pretty looking? Then if I wanted to, I could just fill up a binder of these cheap Pokemon ones, and I have something to look at if I want. But also, after buying so many the last 2 weeks, I want to stop. I think I've got a good little mini collection going, and maybe here or there I'll spend $5 or $10, but I really want to limit that spending. So that's kind of it for that. I've realized recently that I don't know, I've just been in a weird slump. Oh my god, did it stop? No, it didn't. Oh wow, I've only got 3 minutes left. I've just been in a weird slump of I've played so much Lorcana that I'm kind of meh on it right now. I'm doing it 3 times a week and for 2 or 3 hours at a time. I was building 6 different decks. I've played just about every single archetype there is currently existing. So, well, all of that except for aggro. I don't play that. But anyways, I just wanted a little bit of a break, and so experiencing this mini side adventure was kind of cool. This is spurred on because I was playing through Pokemon Violet. Finally decided to beat that. I've been having fun. I've just been, I'm not good with open world games, and especially games that say they're open world, but they don't really let you do everything. Like in Red Dead 2, as soon as you get out there, you can go to everywhere. You may not get the most out of it, but you can go anywhere. And sometimes that's what I do. I start up a save and I go and get a higher level gun that you're not really supposed to have access to, but you can. And the Pokemon one, it's open world in that you could go anywhere, but actually you need to beat these 4 objectives first before you can get to this city, and they're still leveled in a certain way. And it's just give me a path. I miss the routes and the different things that the old games had that kind of was the Pokemon experience, right? You get to a new route, I find all the wild Pokemon there, I look for the items, fight the trainers, and I move on. And it feels like I've gotten everything out of it. Now the routes are this huge Breath of the Wild style area that I have to run around and search for things, and half the items on the ground are garbage that I don't care about, but also that's made money worthless because it picked up so many items that I never need to buy anything anymore, and it just feels like I'm not even playing a Pokemon game. And now that I'm, with the constant EXP share, I'm over leveled, and it's the story is not written super well. I'm just complaining. I still have fun. I'm sitting at my desk and I go, oh, I want to pick it up and continue, and I want to beat it, but this will not be a game I come back to, I don't think. At least not very often. I'll go back to, almost any of the old ones. Heck, I'm feeling like playing Sword and Shield, and even that one I'm kind of iffy on. But I want to play that one more than this, just because even then it feels a bit more conventional. I spent a long time talking about this. I've got a minute. Let's talk about what else. Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire 2. I've been playing that with some friends that I didn't really think would ever be into a deck builder game. But it's been a lot of fun. We do a couple runs a week, and we've been trying to beat Ascension 10 for a bit. We beat 1 through 9, or 0 through 9 pretty easily. We beat 7, 8, and 9 on our first try, and we have not been able to get to the Act 3 boss in on Ascension 10. You know, we get there like 50% of the time, and we've never beaten one, which is crazy because Ascension 10 only makes there a second boss. So we haven't even gotten to the Ascension 10 difficulty. We've just basically lost to Ascension 9 a bunch of times in a row. I've got 20 seconds left and not really much to talk about. I've been playing Species Unknown with my friend who cannot play a game for more than 2 days without wanting to buy a new one. So that's been kind of cool. But that's all. I've made my rambling last, so thanks for tuning in, and I hope you have a great week.